What is going on, everybody? It's MrAeroHD here with the worst name on YouTube. Good God. Every time I say that out loud, it makes me upset. Anyway, guys, we are here with Build a Trip to Kill It Live once again, and we are doing the FD RX-7. If you do not have one of these cars, you can get them on the auction house, or you can do the street racing challenge and pick one up that way, so you don't have to spend any money. Just to touch on it before we get into the build here, guys, I'm only going to do one engine. I know, guys, a lot of people are like, oh, I'll do the V8 or oh, I'll do the 4-rotor, but I'm only going to do one engine, and we'll choose it when we get in there. I have an idea what I want to do. And for those people who are asking, oh, build this car, guys, I'm sorry. Always looking for ideas, but sometimes I won't take your idea. You know, it's not because I don't want to build your cars. There's so many cars. The game just came out. So it's not out of like blatant disrespect, but yeah, thanks for understanding. Anywho, let's get into the build. So we are going to put the Rocket Bunny kit on here, and again, a lot of people may complain that, oh, your Rocket Bunny sucks. It does allow for a wider tire, so that's basically the only reason I always put the Rocket Bunny if I can. I'm not like some fanboy, even though I do like most of them. With the engine, we can put the Turbo Rally, which is really weird. 6.2 liter V8 or the 4-rotor. What I think I'm gonna do is just stick with the regular old 2-rotor engine. I believe it's a 2-rotor 13B. Someone who knows more about Mazdas will comment in the comments. Be like, how do you not know? But we are going to. Oh, it is twin turbo out of the gate. Yeah, it is the twin rotor. Okay, I know things. So we're gonna leave it twin turboed. I'm going to put the Rocket Bunny spoiler on it just because it looks cool. Let's see if it actually adds... yeah, it does not add any downforce. You know, because the handling actually gets better from the loss of weight. So there's that. And then we can put a Jun hood on there because it looks good and it saves some weight. We're going to go with sport tires as always. The full width is 325 in the back, which is a little wide. So we're going to go with 305s. And then, ooh, we can run 305. Wow, that's a wide tire, man. We'll do 285s in the front. You can run a bunch more power and probably, oh my God, if I keep bumping the mic, I'm sorry, I'm wearing a big headset. You can run a much wider tire if you want to. I just do not want to. And we're going to use the 1552 Forge 3-piece Formula TR. That's the biggest name in the world. And 18-inch wheels because they look cool. The 19s look cool too. Maybe 19s in the back. Might do 19s in the back and 18s in the front. Yeah, I don't hate 19s and like the way this wheel is. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So the platform and drivetrain, we're gonna do everything race platform. We're gonna do rally springs. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So with the rally springs, I noticed there's more lock, obviously, on screen. But a lot of people tell me, well, not a lot of people, a couple of people have told me that it actually doesn't make a difference. I still think it makes a difference, but, you know, they could just be a placebo effect. I couldn't convince one. So rally springs, race springs, I want to know what you guys are running when you're turning your cars. Please let me know in the comments. But I kind of miss having the lower stance. The lower stance is nice. You're dropping in that extra couple inches. Would it be inches? Yeah. But we are going to go with the rally suspension. So we're into platform, our engine here. We are already in S1 class pretty deep. So we're going to do what I always do. And I always upgrade the supporting mods first before we get into cams. In this case, rotors and compression before the turbo, just to see where we're at. So we are at about 400 horsepower. And then you got to look at the torque curves now when you're building. So this really doesn't change the curve much from stock. It does improve the power way more than the torque, which is a little bit unfortunate. And then the turbos really do add to that curve. So what we're going to do is just go with the race rotors, and then we'll fully build it, actually. The stock engine doesn't get that much power. I thought it'd get like 650, but we're going to go with 5. How much power does it have? 590 and 422 foot-pounds of torque. And if it's not enough, then we will swap an engine into it. So I was going to use an OMG Drift livery, but it does not look like it's up yet. I just searched for it, but we are going to use one of the REMEMIA kits from AB Graphics. AB Graphics is a really well-known and respected painter. We're going to go to his storefront here. I don't want this color is my problem. Designs. I think he just posted this as well. He's got yellow, green, white, and blue. So I think I'm going to go with the green. And this is all metallic too, which is actually, you know, no, I like the green. The green's different. I like it's a little bit different. That, and I was originally going to go with like an army green, and then I was like, oh, my friends have paints. But yeah, if you guys want a cool paint for your RX-7, I don't really agree with his wheel choice, but you can go ahead and pick one up from AB Graphics. That sounds like a plug, but I honestly just looked it up and was like, you know what? No, I like this design, so this is what we're going to run. So we're going to go into the tuning menu here. Just a bass tune. A lot of my tunes are fairly similar when they start off with the bass. Like, I literally just move sliders to where I think they should be. It's never, like, for Build Drift to Kill It, it's like, if you want to make a car really good, for Build Drift to Kill It, you can get, like, the gist of it, and, like, especially for these two, like, I'm not going to be tweaking much. Like, the values will only move a little bit. Like, they're not going to, oh my god, I didn't want to do that. They're only going to move a little bit. They're not going to really fly away from each other. Like, my springs are not going to get much softer. You know, my damping is not going to change radically. It's just a bass tune where I'm like, all right, these numbers make sense to me, and like, this is what we're going to start off with, and then I'll tweak from there. That's why I like the Build Drift to Kill It series, because it shows you guys, like, hey, as long as you have a bass tune, like, there's not really an excuse like, oh, my tune sucks. Burr, 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 burr. Like, there is sometimes where, like, I need to fix this in the tune, you need to fix this in the tune, but the car is completely driftable. But yeah, so we're going to go with 95. Also, to anybody who locks their differential on YouTube especially, I don't think they're trying hard enough with their tuning. And that's me being a little bit nitpicky, but a lock diff is definitely, like, it's not going to help you hold angle. You do want to put on a lot of lock, like, depends on how much power you get. But we're going to go to the airfield here for our tuning today, because this car is low power and this is a low and high power section. So this is where we will be tuning. All right. So it's going to take our first run here. This paint looks fucking amazing. I'm going to do, like, I'm honestly, like, AB Graphics has nothing to do with this video. I just so happened just to see it just now. I really wanted to do Forza Livery Guy's livery, but he has not posted it yet, and I need to record this video now. Like, all these logos are all metallic, and the 1552s look really good in this brown metallic that he's got, this gold almost. I definitely should have run the stock hood, which we will switch to. I think that's what he was going for. Whatever hood matches it. Rotary on top. Is this gold too? I don't. It is, actually. Really, really well done. I wish there was something on the wing, but other than that, I don't know if it's an original design or a replica, but it looks freaking fabulous. So really, really good job to AB Graphics. But now we got to get into the tune here. So let's go. So we're revving really high, 9,500. Gonna probably have to keep it in those revs. We overshot the first corner a little bit. Yeah. So, at least with this engine, power is definitely going to be, or being in the rev range is definitely going to be a concern. It doesn't feel underpowered though. I don't know if it's the weight or just the way it's set up or whatever, but it's got 600 horsepower and it feels more than capable. I don't think it's going to be good on, like, drift zones or whatever, like any high-powered sections. But if you're doing any sections similar to what I'm doing, which is like this, Byron Bay, which we will go to later, the parking lot. Wow, like, it's a really smooth car. Like, I don't know why I'm surprised. FD RX-7s have been some of the best drift cars in Forza's, period. Yeah, it definitely holds. It holds a lot of angle, like, very, very, very easily. I wish you could get another front bumper on here. I don't really like this front bumper. The rear diffuser looks very nice, though. Holds a lot of angle. Need a little bit of adjustment in the rear just to add not a little bit, like a little bit more stability. I think we can add a little bit more toe, but yeah, it's like as long as you're in the right rev and you know how to work your gears, it is a fairly good car. So we're going to stop and tweak here for a second. So my current problem is a little bit of lack of stability in the rear. So we can drop the tire pressure to 26. I'm going to raise that half a pound in the front. Do I dare mess with it? I'll go up toe a little bit. Can probably get away with a little bit more caster. And then just to get a little bit more rear squat when we're on power, I will soften the rear just a smidge. So we're going to head in here. If you guys want a full tutorial on this section, there is a video that I posted yesterday that will be at the end of this video. So the tire pressure helped, but I think we went a little bit too far. So I'm going to bump it up to 27, which is about the middle, if not exactly in the middle than where we were. Oh my god, I can't get over how beautiful this car is. I didn't think I'd like the green, but like now that I'm looking at it, it's gorgeous. So I can tell you right now, in the low speed sections, this thing is very, very, very well planted. It is super smooth and it feels super capable. And another rare thing for cars in this game, I forget what other car I said was like this. It's egging me on, which is a great feeling. It's sitting there going like, hey man, you pulled like this much angle, you suck, you can do, oh no. It does feel a little underpowered, especially in fourth gear though. Just because those tires are really glad we didn't go with the sexy bigums in the back. We will have to probably build this car again in another video with a V8, just to run the full width in the rear and see what we can really do. But you know, you don't start off with a V8, you gotta go with a rotary. Good old Dorito power. I'm gonna back the caster off to, I think it's a little twitchy, but not in transition. Oh, we good. It's a little twitchy in transition, but like not excessively so. So we will go and back the caster off, and we're gonna go to Byron Bay and see what we can do there. All right, guys, we are here at Byron Bay. It's gonna be more of a test to see if this car is capable at higher speeds. Yeah, we need to shorten fourth gear up. Oh boy, do we ever need to shorten fourth gear up. It's not struggling. You can see like I'm obviously drifting, but the jump is just too much for me to be comfortable. Yeah, third is too short and fourth is a little too long. So I think we're going to leave third the way it is. Well, actually, we're going to lengthen third a little bit, and then we're going to shorten fourth a little bit, just so both gears are a little bit more usable, because I feel like I'm running out of third. Oh, that was close. I think our chassis setup is almost dialed. So yeah, we're gonna go into the gears. Gearing is something that you can fiddle with for a long time. That's why I usually just move the final drive and go done. But we're going to move that down a couple of clicks, and we're gonna move that up a couple of clicks, and hopefully the transition between the gears is a bit smoother. So third is definitely still usable. We're not bouncing off the limiter like we were before. Definitely feels like a capable gear. So fourth is definitely a more usable gear. It's for sure only like an extension of third, but you know. And then third, that's good. Third is still very usable down low. You don't have to shift down to second. The more gears you really have to a usable range of gears, it's not good. Yeah, so this is a little bit too low for our third gear, so we will have to use second there. But that's not too bad, all things considered. That's a very low speed corner. That's a small price to pay to be able to keep this car light and with the rotary engine, that 1.3 liter up front. Honestly, handling wise, this is pretty freaking good. Like, I don't know, it's just because I've been driving really weird stuff, But this just feels fan-freaking-tastic right now. Oh, okay. So we need a little bit more rear grip. I don't know if we can go with a bigger tire, or we can change it in the tune. So we will go down 1/2 pound again. And what I've been experimenting with too is a little bit more positive toe in the front and in the rear. It's helped me on another car, which I'm doing a lot of research and development on, which you guys will not see yet. It's coming. But it's definitely one of those cars that I know is good, and I can do things on the tune, and I know it will be the tune changing the way the car behaves, not just the car being odd. Yeah, that definitely helped our rear stability a lot. Oh, that was just the transition from dirt or sidewalk to whatever you want to call that. So yeah, the trade-off with that little bit more rear stability is that we definitely have to pedal it a little bit more. Definitely have to give it the beans a little bit more. But honestly, this car is feeling very nice. I don't know what I was expecting. You know, it is an FD Mazda. Drifting is kind of what they do. It's super quick, but they're also not lazy transitions either. This car weighs 2,400 pounds. We shouldn't have anything lazy. It should not feel like your basic Forza YouTuber who just maxes everything out, which is lazy. Shots fired. Oh, come at me, fail race, silly car builds. That's a joke. I'm joking. Man, he's like the one guy that I can't make fun of on YouTube. Like, Alex is like my favorite. See, I'm really confident to huck this thing in, especially right there. So the chassis is definitely dialed in. The gears, like I said, you can fiddle with gears with any car for as long as you want, especially because this car has a very unique power band. You just have to be wary. Oh yeah, that was... I didn't think I was coming back from that. That like extra little bit of toe. What is this guy doing? That extra little bit of toe literally made all the difference. So we're going to go somewhere different that we have not drifted on this series before. And I will take you guys there in a second. All right, guys, we are here at the double hairpin drift zone. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aero, I thought you said points don't matter, especially in drift zones. And you are absolutely right. They don't mean a goddamn thing. However, this is a fun little place to come and slide. I'm never going to make a video on it because there's not really a point. Maybe. But it has some high speed sections and some low speed sections. And the best I've gotten is 126,000. And that's with the car that I'm deving right now, that I'm developing. So if we can come close to that, then that's good. That's great. But like I said, this has some high speed sections, which is what this car might struggle with. So let's see what happens. Also, traffic. I'll tell you right here, in this little part right here, it's just where you have to whip it in there. Like, it's fantastic. The handling of this car is freaking phenomenal. $104,000 for like, and there's a couple of major mistakes in there. Again, points don't really matter. I'm just kind of using that as a basis of how good or how bad we're doing. But honestly, that's a fairly decent run. All right, guys, we're starting a little bit of a shorter run up this time. But again, I just want to see how it does on lower power. But yeah, let's see if we can have a better entry this time. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, I over-rotated there. That was... Horizon, there's like a little bit of threshold where you can just... The tires will just give up. Like, there's nothing really you can do in the setup. The only really problem I have here is the engine. You need to work around it a little bit. And the fact that I couldn't get as much power as I really wanted to make it really well-rounded. This car will be good anywhere that is like a section. So it's got some tight corners and stuff. But if you're just out drifting and around Australia, you might think it's a little bit underpowered. All right, big old run up. Well, bigger run up. I'm gonna stay in third, switch to fourth, even though this is gonna mess me up for the edit. Oh god, yeah. I don't know if clipping points make a difference, but I'm trying to. Using the Maloo. I don't even think that was a Maloo. I think that was a Ford. Someone's gonna yell at me. Whether I was right or wrong. All right, so not 100% like the best runs I've ever put down, but I'm definitely struggling in that entry. Too much grip, not enough power. Which, is that a Ford? Yeah, it is a Ford. Oh no, yeah it is. Okay. Definitely just a case of the car is just super grippy. If you want to fix that by throwing in a V8 or a 4-rotor, go ahead, but just keep in mind that it may change up the balance of the car with this tune because of the weight and stuff. But I definitely still like it with this stock engine in it. There's nothing, it's not like, oh my god, it's shit, it needs a V8. It definitely does not. But the V8, I can't sit here and tell you that the V8 won't help. But, oh, it's my friend in who I don't have any friends. Good fucking joke, Anna. So yeah, if you guys want to run maybe like a narrower tire setup, again, make sure you keep the distance. You don't have them like 285s and 285s. You're just going to feel super weird. But, definitely not complaining with this setup. It will be on the storefront, guys. Final thoughts, a lot of grip, really good handling, can pull a lot of angle. Just kind of unfortunate that you couldn't get another 50, 75 horsepower to this engine. I think around 625, 650 would have been absolutely perfect. You know, but oh no, but it would have been absolutely perfect. But definitely nothing. Oh, ignore the damage. Definitely nothing wrong with this car. It definitely still feels fabulous. So if you're gonna want one on the auction house or on from the street races. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. If you have any suggestions for cars that you'd like to see, please leave them in the comments below. I'm thinking E36 next week. But if you guys have any better ideas, please let me know. And I'll definitely take it into consideration. It makes me sound like I'm not going to do it, but I'll, you know. But thanks guys very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a like, and if you want to see more, click the subscribe button. Also consider becoming a patron at my Patreon page, patreon.com/MrAeroHD. Want to follow me on social media or want to hear the song that you heard in the video? Please check the description.